and welcome to Ruth's Kitchen and Garden. Today we are in the kitchen to make a very special fish preparation known as Bangada's tikla or mackerel in a spicy and a sour sauce. Now tikla typically means is that the sauce of this fish preparation, it's not in a curry form, it's slightly thicker than the curry. There are various ticklers, various ways to make ticklers. If you look for tickler recipe on the internet, you will be bombarded with a lot of recipes. But the two basic things that we need to remember, which are the key ingredients in tickler, is the chili which should impart a red color and a spice, heat to the dish, and kokum or tamarind, which now again some people use kokum, some people use tamarind, some people use both, you can also use vinegar. That imparts a sour taste to the curry or the sauce preparation or our tickler. So there's also one key ingredient which is very widely used when you're preparing a mackerel dish. It's called trifle, not the trifada, not the Ayurvedic trifada. This is trifle or tipal. What is it, where it can be found, and what's the confusion around it? We will look at all of these things when we are making our Bangada's tikla. So let's move on and let's start making our Bangada's tikla. So I'll tell you the ingredients that we need to make this Bangada tikla. So here we have bangda, which is mackerel. I have taken 3, I'm going to cut them small. We have some tamarind paste, we need 1 tablespoon. We have some kokum, which is Garcinia indica, it's called. This you can find at any grocery store, and if you're abroad, you can find it at any Asian grocery store. If you're in Singapore, you can easily find this at Mustafa. And you may find it in a dry form. All you have to do is add hot water and soak it. Then we have 1 fine chopped onion, medium sized over here. I'm going to use half to grind and half in the pan. I have some 8 to 10 cloves of garlic, and I will need like ½ inch of ginger, so 1/4 of this I'm going to take. I have ½ cup, you can take even less if you want, ½ cup of freshly grated coconut. I have some trifle over here, so you need at least 6 to 7 pieces of trifle. And I have dry red chilies. You can take, you will need at least 10 to 15. So you can take half spicy, half non-spicy variety. The non-spicy would impart good color, so people usually take Sankeshwari chilies. Then this is around 2 tablespoons of coriander seeds, and I have soaked them both. I'm going to soak them for ½ an hour in very hot water. That helps in grinding this into a very fine paste which is required for the tikla. Open the fish here. There's an opening here. You just need to extend that with your knife. Or your scissor, you can even take scissors. And then open it a bit more. Okay, and you see this black stuff. You need to clean the black stuff out of the fish. There should be nothing black inside. So these black threads and stuff, you need to clean them out nicely. So clean it under running tap water. And make sure there's nothing black left inside the fish. We're going to clean the others in the same way. In our mixie jar, I've added half of the onion that we took. We took 1 whole big onion and we chopped it fine, so I've added half here. I've added ½ cup freshly grated coconut. I've added half of our garlic cloves and I've reserved the other half. And I've also added our red chili, dry red chili, coriander seeds that we had soaked for ½ an hour. I also soaked in the same bowl, I also soaked some black pepper because I like the flavor of black pepper. You can do that too. So now this coconut, onion, garlic, 1/4 in ginger, and the dry red chili and the coriander seeds and black pepper. We are going to grind it together into a very fine paste with very less addition of water. Let's start marinating this fish. Our masala paste is here and it's ready completely. It's finely ground. You can grind it more fine. My mixer is not that great. So here's our mackerel that we had cleaned and cut. Now to this I'm going to add some salt. Don't add too much because we are also going to add it in the curry. Then we are going to add a bit of this 1 tablespoon of tamarind paste. Now at this stage you can even add vinegar, but I would like to add some tamarind paste. Please don't add too much. We don't want to make it very sour. We don't want to make it very sour because we are also going to add kokum later. Now I'm going to add turmeric to this. Turmeric has got good cancer fighting properties, so you should always add as much as turmeric. Of course it gets very bitter if you add too much turmeric, but you should surely add turmeric to your food preparation. Indian food, if you see, we always add turmeric to our food. So now marinate this fish nicely with tamarind and salt and turmeric. Okay, and then to this we add our paste. If it's too much, you can save some. You can add it in the curry later. So marinate your fish pieces nicely in this spicy preparation. Coat it nicely with your. This is going to be, or this is our tikla masala. So now I'm going to leave my fish like this for half an hour in and let it marinate nicely. So the key ingredient I mentioned that whenever we make bangda or mackerel is this something called trifle or tipal. It's not like the trifala which we use for Ayurvedic preparations. It's different. Some people, and there's a big heated argument on the internet that, some people call it Sichuan pepper. This is Sichuan pepper I have here. You see the size difference. One is big and one is comparatively very, very small. So it's the same thing actually. They are from the same family, to be very honest. I tried tasting both. They both made my tongue numb. They're both thorny shrubs. The only difference I find is in the size. They both are green to begin with. They have a black seed inside, and when it dries, the seeds are separated. They both have a very nice, strong, herby flavor, very nice, spicy, herby flavor to it. So, can you substitute if you don't find trifle? I think yes, you can certainly substitute. If you're living in India, you will easily find this trifle in any grocery store. But if you're not living in India, if you live abroad, you can find this Sichuan pepper. This is easy to find in any of the Asian stores, where you get Chinese stuff. I live in Singapore. You can easily find Sichuan pepper in Singapore. But who gave me this? So this is not mine. This was a gift from a friend, a very, very dear friend, who is an excellent cook. Well, upon thinking now, I think all my friends are excellent cooks. I'm blessed with good friends who cook real good food. So my friend Mayura, who's from Goa, she gifted me a bottle when she was leaving for US. And trust me, this has been in my fridge for over 4-5 years now and it hasn't gone bad. It's kept in a glass container in my fridge, so it is still fresh. So that's it. This is trifle. If you don't find this, you can add Sichuan pepper, but add this judiciously because this is really stronger than this. But I think smell wise, fragrance wise, they are all same. They come from the same botanical family. I can't remember the name offhand. I tried to remember it, but I can't. Some xanthol or something. Something's with xanthol. Uh, yeah, what more can I tell you about this? Can you find this in Singapore? No, I have tried to look for it. I haven't found trifle in Singapore. So, in which fish do you use trifle or this Szechuan pepper if you don't have trifle? Is the fish with lot of bones? You know, so smaller fish with lot of bones. This kind of masks its very fishy flavor, and it imparts its own flavor to the curry or gravies. I'm going to pound this before adding, and you should do the same. Please do not do the mistake of grinding it along with your masala, along with your coconut onion masala. It's because it will get so stingy. It's going to sting and make your tongue numb. So please do not add it in the masala and pound it. Don't churn it too much. Don't grind it too much. Just pound it lightly and put it in your curry. Okay. Okay, so we've put our pot on the gas flame, and we're going to add oil in it. For my fish preparation, I always like to use coconut oil. It imparts a very nice flavor. So this is virgin coconut oil, and to this coconut oil, we're going to add the remaining of our garlic. I've sliced it. You can make it thinner than that. The aim here is to not let it burn. So slight browning of the garlic is expected or is required. So I'm going to brown the garlic a bit. It's raining, the weather is lovely, so it's very noisy here. Okay. So we are going to slightly cook the garlic and not brown it. Now I'm going to add the onion in the pot along with the garlic. What I forgot to mention when I was mentioning the ingredient list is these fresh or dried turmeric leaves. If you don't have them, it's still okay, but if you have them, please do add them in the curry. When? I will show you. Once the onion has become a little pink, it's turned pink, we are going to add the marinated mackerel along with its masala. I'm adding the marinated mackerel to this pan. I'm going to add all of this masala to it. And whatever masala remains, if it remains in your mixer grinder, add that too. And just to take out that what is remaining in this pan, I'm going to add a little water in it and add it to the pot in which the mackerel is sitting right now. Don't add too much water, it's not required. So it's half cup water. Let me add it to the pan, to the pot in which the mackerel is sitting right now. Do not try and shake the mackerel too much because fish is very delicate, you know. So you just need to, don't put your spoon inside and give in to the temptation of stirring. Just take your pot and swirl it around. Now we'll cover this and let the mackerel cook for some time. Our curry is nicely boiling. Now to this we are going to add the turmeric leaf, our kokum, which gives the sour tartness to this. This is 7 to 8, I think, I'm not sure how many. And the trifle. The trifle, I've pounded it a bit in the mortar and pestle, and I'm going to add it. And now again we are going to shake our pot, not put the spoon into it, but shake it. Don't cook the fish too much, because then it starts breaking in the curry and there are only bones everywhere. So lightly shake your curry. When it comes to a boil, just once turn it. And the tikkla has to be dry, like I said. So on high flame, let it come to another rapid boil, and then we'll switch off the flame. That's it. We'll just taste the salt a bit in the curry. Yum. It needs a bit salt. Just sprinkle it everywhere from the top and shake it yet again, or just move the curry a bit, not the fish pieces. Okay, and let it, keep it open and let it come to a boil. You can add some coriander leaf now, gives a good taste, and you can add some later for garnishing. Now our beautiful bangda's tikkla is ready. It's, like I said, it's a little thicker than gravy, than curries. It's yummy, saucy, spicy, sour. Yum. Eat it with hot steaming boiled rice, or with rice bhakris, or with your chapatis. And trust me, what a perfect day it is to eat this bangda's tikkla. It's raining outside, it's beautiful, and cool weather, beautiful rain, hot steaming pot of rice, and spicy sour bangda's tikkla. Hope you've liked this recipe. Hope you're gonna try it at home and you've enjoyed watching it as much as I've enjoyed making it. If you like what we show, please like and subscribe to our page, and please do leave a comment. It really encourages us. Thank you and bye.